I watch that every day.
It was a great show.
It was a great show, but I think we have to highlight the ones that have the catchy theme songs,
Right.
right? Don't we? Welcome back, and as promised, we're going to open this show with not only discussing the bourbon we're drinking, but we are also going to talk about theme songs. No, what am I saying that right? Theme
Yeah,
songs.
theme songs.
Sitcoms from
Theme
the
songs.
70s
Well,
and
not
80s.
just sitcoms, but then you have the dramas as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dallas and all them, right?
We're talking about those catchy tunes we grew up listening to.
And they don't have them anymore.
They don't.
They really don't have theme songs anymore.
They don't.
Well, a little bit, but they're just kind of like Game of Thrones had it.
Well, yeah, there's exceptions, but generally it's just.
Well, hold on.
Do that again?
I want Sean to finish that. Game of Thrones goes how?
I forgot
How
how
does- yeah.
it was in my mind. It went like so eloquently, and then all of a sudden, I heard some dude
you're-
up on
That
a
was-
tower
that
going,
was Europe.
You're singing Europe. How did that go to Game of Thrones?
They were
just
way ahead
happened?
of their time. Is what
Oh,
it was.
my.
Maybe there was some plagiarism there.
You know what? I say we skip the theme song because it went bad so fast.
I think it's a Dickel 15.
No. There's
All right,
like,
well, let's talk
do you
about that.
remember? Oh, the Dickel,
Dickel 15.
Tickle My Dickel 15. This is a perfect second half bourbon
It is.
because it tastes so wonderful.
You know, the purists will say this is not a bourbon. It's a Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Really?
Slap my ass and call me Tennessee.
No, you're absolutely. It's not even a purist thing. It is not a bourbon.
Correct.
It is a whiskey. Well, damn, it's a damn good one.
Yeah.
So we've had it before. This is our 15-year George Dickel Tennessee single barrel whiskey. And it is phenomenal. Dickel?
Yeah, it is good. The 15
Just look
year.
up Dickel 15.
The producer's like, please.
I think Paul's ready to buy another bottle of it, aren't you?
I am.
Bring
No,
me
it's
the
that,
bottle,
it's that good. Well,
please.
so I have the Dickel 13. I have the Dickel 8. I have the Dickel 8-year, 13-year, and I need to keep this one, the 15-year, in my collection
Yeah.
because they are an amazing sipping whiskeys.
Yeah, Dickel 15
There it
right
is,
there.
single barrel select.
It's very spicy.
Ooh, it's not cheap. That's a $72 bottle.
Yeah, it.
That's getting dangerously close to
well, it's 60
Garrison
bucks.
Brothers.
I'd rather have this.
I would too.
I'd
Well,
rather have
this one's a little bit higher proof than 96.2. This one's 104.
Well, single barrels are always different.
No, he's absolutely right.
This is single barrel.
Okay, hold on. I see the total. They're right there. Dickel 15, $72. There we go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's good.
Extremely smooth.
like butter.
Like butter.
Easy to drink with one ice ball.
One ice ball. Slap ya, mama. Try some Dickel.
There you go.
Yeah, it's extremely good on the nose. I definitely smell the fruit.
Welcome back.
The dark fruit. That's another good one.
Oh,
I smell the dark fruit.
that is an incredible nose, guys. Maybe
Come and knock on my door.
I guess when we start, Three's Company. So
be
I know
waiting
that when
for
we start
you.
drinking bourbon, like everything starts to like flow and
Right.
smell better and taste better. But I gotta say, the nose on this is crazy good.
Yeah, it's definitely got some sweetness on the nose. I smell stone fruit.
I taste no. I mean, you know how many times we've tasted something and we're like, oh, we can taste the ethanol.
Right.
There is zero ethanol in anything. The smell, the taste, the finish. It is fantastic. All right, so let's jump into, you know what? Do we want to go by decade? Do we want to go to the older stuff first? Can we do
Well,
that?
I think that'll be hard because are we going to know the chronology of some of these things?
Well, I mean, we don't have to be, like,
No.
we can do by decade. Like one
Take the good, you take the bad,
So
you
I know-
take the both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life.
Those are the 80s.
of those 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one, though.
Oh.
All right, so we got Quincy.
I don't know that theme song.
Quincy.
I don't know that theme song.
Yeah, he was the doctor.
He was a corner.
No, he's a corner.
He was a
Yeah,
corner.
the corner. That
I
would
used to
solve
watch it all the
mysteries.
time.
Oh, great.
He
With
had
Jack
fucked up,
Klugman.
Yeah,
Yes,
he had
Quincy.
fucked up mouse teeth.
You're going to love this. As soon as it
Oh,
starts
he was
playing,
on
Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple, yeah.
as soon as it starts playing, you're going to be like,
I don't know this one.
you do.
Quincy. I used to watch this all the time.
I do.
You know it. Oh, they were so good. My parents loved this, and they used to let me sit down on the carpet in front of them and watch it with them. I got to stay up late and watch Quincy.
Look at that boat. Yeah,
Oh, it's a dinghy.
good stuff.
That was a great one.
I think the next
What year
one-
was that?
2009.
Oh wow,
I don't think that was 2009.
I don't think so either. All right, you can
All right,
you
so-
can fade this out.
So the next one I want to hear is Rockford Files.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
That
good one.
they with James Gardner, and he's a PI.
In 1976, just to clarify, Quincy.
Quincy.
Okay, well, I was 6 years old. There we go.
Rockford
And
Files.
they used to let me sit down and watch.
All right, let's hear the Rockford
It's a
Files.
good one.
This is a classic, I think.
It's a good one. I used to watch this after high school.
Hey, the phone rings. It's an old school phone.
My mom
This is Jim
loved this
Rockford.
show.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
You are full of bullshit, my friend. I will sue you for everything you have. I will sue your ass.
All right, so who was the detective in James Garner? That's right.
James Gardner, yeah.
American Detective Drama.
Yeah.
Now, was he one of the ones that was caught up in the might be gay scandal
No.
in Hollywood?
I
don't think
or am I
so.
thinking
no.
of Rock Hudson?
That was Rock Hudson.
I'm thinking of Rock
Yeah.
Hudson.
James
This
Gardner.
is NBC Network, 1974. All the way up to 80. So this was 6 years running.
Yeah, I used to watch this all the time.
You know,
And,
this makes me think of Cagney and Lacey.
I
Did
didn't-
you ever watch that one?
No, I never watched it.
Really?
This was my dad's ringtone.
You never watched. You never listened to. You never watched Cagney and Lacey.
Cagney
No.
and Lacey was amazing.
Never
it was
watched
a
it.
great show.
Never
All right,
watched
you got to
it.
look that up. Cagney and Lacey.
That was in the 80s, though.
It might have been early 80s.
That's still the 80s.
Well, yeah, 81. There we go. Cagney and Lacey. They did the theme song. It's a good one.
I don't know about this.
Yeah.
You don't think this is a good theme song?
Well, no, I don't think it was a good theme song, but I do like the show. All right, well, it is a little bit.
Well, that was a great show, though.
Well, they were cute back then.
They were. I thought the blonde was hot.
She never struck me as hot.
Oh, she was. I thought she was. All right, that was a good one. That was a good one.
It's a Tyne Daly in.
All right, Sean, you're up. Come on, pick something. Something from the 70s,
70s.
early 80s.
How about Family Ties?
Ah, that's a good one.
Is that
I
a
used to
good
watch
one?
that one, yeah.
That's with Michael J. Fox,
Michael
right?
J. Fox, yeah. And the.
I'm not sure I ever watched that show.
Are you
I did.
kidding me?
I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that
He was a
one.
good Republican.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I do remember that. So that's 1982. 7 seasons. I wouldn't recognize the theme song, though. Oh, no. I watched this.
I love the show.
I bet we've been together
For a million years.
Oh, my God.
We'll be
This
together
podcast just
for
went
a million
homosexual.
more.
It's like I started.
Oh, I know her.
Is this Johnny Mathis?
Who's the girl?
It's the epitome of white privilege.
I had the hots for the Bateman, Justine Bateman. Is that who that is?
Justine Bateman, yeah.
Justine Bateman. I had the hots for her.
I saw some story where she never wore underwear, so she was always commando.
Now I'm even more enticed.
All right, I'm
All right, let's move on. That's too long.
losing
How about Golden Girls?
testosterone over here.
Remember Golden Girls?
Golden Girls. You know, I've watched Golden Girls, but I never got into the Golden Girls.
It's such a great show.
I watched it as well, but I think I was in college. when we
That's
were
a
watching the
show that will
reruns.
last forever.
Yeah, I think I was in college
It's
watching
crazy
reruns.
because
It's-
like the old grandmother was actually
youngest.
the youngest one of the whole group.
Was she really?
Yeah.
And she was so crass. And of course, Betty White, man. Here we go.
Still muted. There you go.
he's new. There we go.
It's crazy when you look at the old one that she was the youngest.
Do you think they were?
I
on,
didn't know that.
Do you think they were all in the same cycle?
God.
God, what kind of question is that?
That's just a bunch of women living together,
What about I mean, obviously Gilligan's Island. We all know that one, right? The whole Lost. Why am I struggling?
Well, I
3
mean,
day.
3-hour tour.
yeah.
Okay, but what about some of the other ones that were
From
like
that earlier
McHale's
area?
Navy?
McHale's Navy or Hogan's Heroes.
Would we know
Gomer
the-
Pyle?
Gomer Pyle was a big one. I
Would
used to
we-
watch Gomer Pyle.
So
MASH?
would we remember the theme songs of any of those?
Yeah, I don't
Do
know.
Oh,
Gomer
yeah.
Pyle. Do Gomer Pyle.
Do
I
Gomer
bet-
Pyle.
I don't know if we would.
Hell,
and
there
it's-
was
It's PYLE.
remember Baba Black Sheep?
Yes, I love
No,
that
put-
show.
Put Gomer Pyle.
So when I lose all of my hair and you see one of the scars on my head, it was because I was playing Baba Black Sheep in elementary schoolyard. Got hit with a rock. I did.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of that. I'm sure
Well,
they
but
just
that's
didn't
what I
like
was
you.
doing.
You know this one?
We were doing the Baba Black Sheep thing. Yes. Well, this is a
Well, golly.
this is a Marine Corps song.
You know what this character is from, and you'll know the theme song
Well,
is,
surprise, surprise, surprise.
is from
That's good.
God, what was the show from Mayberry?
Oh, you're talking about
With Ron Howard as a kid. God, what the hell was the name of that show? With Don Knotts?
yeah, it's you whistle it. Yes.
Yeah, what's the name of that show?
What's the name of that show?
I am drawing a blank.
It's oh gosh. It's not Mulberry Street or
No,
Mayberry
well,
Street?
Mayberry is where they lived. Oh, the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, there you go. Oh, my God, the Andy Griffith Show, yeah.
God, we really struggled on that
yeah,
one.
Andy
they-
Griffith.
They had
That the last 60s.
I
tons
used
of
to watch
spin-offs off
again.
that.
I watched the
Ah.
crap out of that show in college.
We can go even later than that then. What about
play,
this may
play that one real quick.
Nailed it.
Okay, that was much better than what you did.
What? Damn.
Yeah.
You didn't have the
It
snaps.
was very succinct. This is very
I didn't have the
succinct.
snaps. That's what it was.
What about I Dream of Jeannie?
God.
I didn't watch that a lot.
I watched it.
You
Really?
didn't?
That's crazy.
No,
Then
I-
you missed out.
I watched a couple,
Because
but
she was, back me on this, Sean. Was she hotter than
oh, she
hot?
was.
She was whackable.
Yeah, she was.
What?
Well,
God.
She's still alive.
No, well, not
Is she,
now.
is
I'm
she
just
still
saying.
whackable?
Possibly.
Well, I mean, I Dream of Jeannie.
She
No.
could have had a vaginoplasty. You never know.
Have falsies now.
What, you get the chills?
No, I just, we're having happy theme songs, and you're talking
Well, you
about
talk about.
you're talking about vaginoplasty. I mean, what?
Well, Sean was talking about,
Rejuvenation?
rejuvenation.
Vaginal rejuvenation?
Yes.
That's
So
not what
the-
he talked about. That was
So
what you were talking
astronaut
about.
Captain Tony Nelson,
Yes, I
and-
Dream of Jeannie.
and then he's got he had his friend who was kind of funny and silly.
Was there a fun song to that though? Yeah, there was. Yeah, of course. I Dream of Jeannie. It was great. Of course.
Oh yeah, this is classic. This was on Ferris Bueller's too.
She was so smoking hot. Okay, then this makes me think of Bewitched.
Yeah,
That's another good one.
That was a great one.
Used to
And
watch
there's
the
a
crap
spin-off
out of
of
that
that,
one,
too.
too.
Okay, now that one was remade
They did
into
It's
a
fantasy
movie
sitcom.
or a show.
It's in 1964 to 1972. Bewitched.
You know what's weird is the husband on that show switched
Oh yeah,
you
what
know
was
that?
that all about?
To what?
Beca-
Oh,
because one of them got
The actor.
sick, I think.
the actors.
So the actor, it was like mid-season or something like that.
Yeah,
They
I never
just-
liked that, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, they
Right.
swapped the.
I always
the
wondered what
actors
that was
out.
all about. It went from Dick York to Dick Sargent.
Yeah, or the other way around. I can't remember.
But Dick York started out as Darren Stevens, and then Dick York was from '69. He was supposed to last for 5
Fly me
years.
to the moon. Very nice.
Well, this came out in 2009 as well. Look at that.
These are all late bloomers.
So this Bewitched show was they had some cliche a comedy back then, but this one kind of introduced the nosy neighbor.
Okay.
That was always spying through the windows, looking at her. How creepy was that?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Well, there was always the creepy neighbor that would always
What do you
always
call that? A
thinking there's
voyeur?
something.
Is that a voyeur?
I never liked.
No,
I
she
never
was-
liked the
she-
mom.
She
Peeping-
always
the
peeping
grandma.
Tom.
the
redhead.
stepmom that would show up in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't care for her
The
character.
peeping Tom.
I thought she was cool.
You
Okay,
know,
there was another show that made that I was thinking of in the 60s.
there's the Patty Duke show. Do you guys watch that?
No.
I watched that in college as well. I watched all these old ones in college
Really?
because that's all that was on TV.
I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, the Patty Duke show.
I haven't heard that one either. Yeah, of course.
About twins or cousins.
I've
Okay,
never
I
heard
have
this in my
never
life.
even heard of this.
This must be a
Oh, good
Cincinnati
Lord, turn this
sticking
off
up your
Because
ass
they're
thing.
cousins.
That's
Oh,
cute.
great. That explains it all.
Hey, how about
Because they're cousins.
wow.
That's what he does.
No, keep rolling.
Dude, no.
Keep rolling.
That's all I remember.
Oh,
that was
that's
Yeah,
too
but
bad.
that was
30
good.
years ago.
That's very
really too bad
animated.
because you were blowing my socks off. What about Gidget?
Never watched it.
Yeah, I've
You-
seen a couple shows. It was more kind of, dancing and
Yeah, too much.
Was that
Sally Field was in it, though.
Sally Field. Yeah,
She
she
was
was cute when
cute.
she was younger. She was cute when
Super-
she's older, but
Super cute. Okay, here's Adam's Family. This is
I
classic.
think we all know this one.
Well, yeah, but this is the original.
season
Original.
1.
64 to 65.
I was not even alive yet.
And that is a very short run. 1 year.
That's the first year. That's season 1.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. And they're all probably dead. I bet you everybody in that show is dead. How sad is
Well,
that?
they're coming out with the new Addams Family this year, the next couple months.
Yeah, they
I
were-
That's how
know.
long it's been around.
That's how popular this concept is.
The house is a museum when people come to see.
Then you had,
So
then you had the
great.
Munsters. Oh, how
Well,
did that theme
this-
song go?
This show here was, because you had Cousin It. There was like a, I don't even know what the
That's
hell
the,
he was.
that's the Munsters.
Oh,
His cousin Ed.
oh hell! Well, that's the thing right there.
So the Munsters just kind of ripped off from.
I don't know.
the Addams
I don't know
Family?
which one came first. I think this one did.
I
You
had
had,
to
you had
have.
Gomez, you had Morticia Adams, then Gomez Adams, then you had Uncle Fester, and then Lurch.
Then you had Wednesday.
Are you sure Cousin It wasn't in Adam's Family?
No, Cousin It is in the Adams Family.
I thought so too.
Yeah, Gomez's cousin. It's a diminutive character composed entirely of a floor-length hair, accompanied by a bowler hat, sunglasses, and speaks rapidly unintelligible gibberish that the only family can understand.
Unintelligible.
He was in the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pull up the Munsters.
Do we need to
then,
pause? Do we need to pause and
and relish?
Yeah. so
document
let's write this moment
when
down.
Jeff
God.
didn't know?
I gotta be careful. There's like a bolt of lightning is gonna come down.
I think we're gonna lose power for sure. Wow.
Look at the lava lamp just froze over.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's
we're not,
Cousin It.
we're not gonna needle you. You are human.
Yeah. So
Okay, what
pull
else?
Up, pull up the Munsters real quick. I don't know if I know that theme song.
I don't know it.
The Monsters?
Yeah, the Munsters. How's that one go?
I got two good ones lined up after this one. Coming out of the deep recesses of my mind.
Yeah, the Monsters are kind of
I never watched this.
yeah, it was kind of a sporty, obviously.
Well, you had Frankenstein.
Yeah, he was funny, man.
So pull up a picture of
God,
the Munsters real
it's
quick.
Fred Gwynn as Herman Munster. I love the way he would he was so tall and lanky. He'd be like, when he gets excited, because he's so frumpy.
And then
you know,
then you had Grandpa.
he kind of reminds me of Janet Reno.
Oh,
saw-
yeah.
I saw a meme where it was this picture, and they said, "When you're the only one in the family who didn't take the vaccine."
Oh, that's great. She's completely normal. The rest of them are freaks. Oh, that's great.
I thought it was funny when she was she would, she would bring her boyfriends over to the house, and
Oh, that's really funny. That's really funny. She is the only one normal of all the whole family.
Yeah.
was that Marilyn Munster? It's Beverly Owen.
That's hilarious.
So she was an American television actress, best known for having played the original role of Marilyn Munster on the sitcom The Munsters. Before the role was taken over by Pat Priest. I did not know that.
Interesting.
I only watched this a few times. I didn't watch too much.
I
of
don't
it.
think I ever watched it. I don't
So
ever did.
the excuse me, Margaret Yvonne Middleton, who played the mom, but was a Canadian American actress, dancer, and singer. She became internationally famous Hollywood film star in the 40s, 50s. It is crazy to even say that out loud. You know, the 40s and 50s.
Yeah. That's
But she was, I mean, they did a disjustice with all that makeup. She didn't need any of that makeup.
right.
You know, I know they were trying to make her look ghouly, but she was fantastic. I mean, as far as beauty goes.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with Mission Impossible.
Oh wow,
Nice.
that's a nice little hacky sack there.
Yeah, right?
Well,
And that's in the 60s,
I
wasn't
think-
it?
I
Or is
think-
that 70s?
I think it was the 60s.
Down. Oh my gosh, there's a whole rash of them. Who's I know we got Mission Impossible. Who's the Max? Who's the dude with the shoe with the phone?
Max Smart.
Yeah, Maxwell Smart.
Oh, well,
And-
what about Pink Panther?
Pink Panther. The Avengers.
This is classic right here. My parents loved this show.
It was a great show.
I didn't
Great
watch the
show.
show.
Oh, it was a great show, man.
Yeah, I never watched the show.
This message. Oh, in fact, it's like watching a Mission Impossible movie, but in a sitcom. I mean, it was because it was. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Right.
And the thing was like smoke would come out.
Oh, yeah. Special effects sucked, right? But
Yeah.
still, it was great.
Yeah, it was a good show, man. And I used to watch this one, and then like you said, was it the Avengers? It was a male and a female. Was it the Avengers or?
Actually, there was an Avengers TV show, not related to the Avengers of comics.
Ah. No, I've not heard of that.
It's not a Marvel.
Not Marvel. So it's original Avengers. Original Avengers.
Avengers TV show.
TV show. That'll work.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I watched this one.
I've never even heard of this one.
Oh man, it was a great show.
1961.
Very classy, very British, very James Bond.
Okay.
Because they had gadgets in there
In color.
in Technicolor.
I've never heard of this.
Very
Yeah.
James Bond.
Oh, that's incredibly James Bond. I wonder if this kind of inspired James Bond.
I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. I mean, champagne bottles, golden guns, hot
This-
shots.
This might have completely inspired James Bond. I wonder when James Bond was written.
I think it was before this.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that-
yeah, because Sean Connery was doing,
Well, Dr. No was the first James Bond. I think that was 1960,
so it's about the exact same time.
I think.
Okay, what
James
about
Bond?
Barn-
Comes up with a
Let's
bunch
do
of different
Barnaby
movies,
Jones.
man.
We got to do Barnaby Jones.
God, I hated that show.
That was an amazing
I
theme
watched
song.
it. I watched.
He was a
all of them.
detective too, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I watched them
I
all,
didn't-
but
my mom and dad watched it, but I never. That was, I think that was after bedtime.
It was such a
yeah,
great...
it brings up bad feelings for me.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, da, 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 da.
See, this one should have been tied in with Quincy.
Listen, right here. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum.
Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby Jones.
Starring Buddy
Real
Ebsen.
men of genius.
Also starring Lee Merriweather. With guest
I just can't.
stars
I can't even
Janice
get close
Rule,
to what you do.
Oh, whatever.
It's
Well,
genius.
Well, Buddy
Darlene
Epson.
Carr,
So all these women that are
Buddy Ebsen.
cute last time there,
He was on
Beverly Hillbillies.
the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my God! Hold on. That was William Shatner.
What?
Oh yeah,
Shaw.
sure is.
What the hell is
special
he
guest
doing?
Star William Shatner.
Captain Kirk.
Tonight's episode: To Catch a Dead Man.
Well, there you go. Star Trek. We haven't even brought up Star Trek.
No.
The original Star Trek theme song.
Well, then you have Lost in Space.
Oh yeah, we got that too. We could go on for days.
You know what's weird about Lost in Space is because even back then they had child molesters on the show.
With the doctor.
What was the doctor's name?
What do you mean? What do you mean? As
No, pull up Doctor. Well, hold on. What is
what
the
are you,
name?
what are you saying? That was part of the show that
Well,
it was. Daddy, he touched me weird. That type of thing.
I don't know.
They always paired up the little boy
Dr. Zachary.
with was what
Oh,
do they
you're
call him? Dr.
impl-
Z?
okay.
What do they call
All
him?
right, so you're implying that there was inappropriateness.
So he was the hold on. So but they called him something else. It wasn't what was it? So that the Jonathan Harris that played him, Dr. Zachary in Lost in Space, the original one, they always paired up the young boy with him. And you look at him. Look at Jonathan Harris. He looks like one of those creeps.
Oh, that's
I think you're reading into it.
You
Sean.
that may be an unfair read into. Yeah.
See if you can get a soundbite from that. He even sounded weird.
He was British, wasn't he?
He was like, "You ever seen a grown man naked?"
Did you ever watch gladiator movies?
We just covered that in 16.1 because I edited that. I had to take out some stuff
That's
too.
funny.
I tell you what. One
Well,
thing.
thank you for doing that, guys, because I was in New Jersey and I was very thankful that you did that. Give me something to listen to.
Well, I'm reposting 16.1
There's
to get rid of the 41 burps.
Oh, whatever. Lost in Space.
I thought that was the Poltergeist girl.
It looked like it.
It totally did. Remember the freaky girl that
Listen.
looks at the snowy screen?
yeah, she's dead.
Oh, this was a great intro.
I never saw this.
Really?
Yeah,
I watched it a few
I
times.
literally
Oh,
never
man,
watched
this
it
was
before.
like a regular thing for me. The whole family comes down to the little line. June Lockhart. Co-starring Mark Goddard. Marta Kristen.
It's not that great of a theme song, though. I gotta be honest.
Billy Mummy. Wrapped up in the cable. I guess he was the young boy,
I
right?
think there's a couple of theme songs that I think take me back to a time, and one is "Welcome Back, Kotter."
Welcome back.
Play that one.
That
That's a
one,
good theme song.
that one makes me think of the '70s, probably more than most others for some reason.
God, man, they had John Travolta. They had
Well, it's also the video of
Boom
it
Boom
going
Mancini.
down New York Street in the '70s.
Which is totally different.
Yeah, it's just this isn't the video, but this is the song.
yeah, the actual video of it, but and yeah, Arnold Horshack. I mean, that's a good song. That's a solid song
Yeah, it's a good song.
from that era. And the teacher,
Look how diverse that cast is.
I mean, it's all of them. We got white, black,
Yeah, you got
Italian, Hispanic.
They just didn't
Latin.
have Asian.
In a Jew guy.
And a Jew guy.
And a
Well,
Jew.
Horshack, he's Jewish, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, you know the teacher was Cotter.
Mr. Kotter?
Did you ever watch
Yo,
Taxi?
Mr. Cotter.
Did you ever watch Taxi?
A few times. That's a good theme song too, though.
Yeah,
That's like
Taxi
Taxi
was.
theme
I like
song.
Taxi. I mean that
another
was.
one-
They had some of the older actors in there.
In Taxi.
Judd
Yeah.
Hirsch. That's where that one comedian, Vladka. I can't remember the guy's name. But the comedian, he was Vladka. He was from Russia or something like that. He'd walk around in his little overalls.
I hear the voice. It was Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a weird. He was.
I
I don't want to say
think
weird. He was an eccentric
Right.
comedy.
This is the other one.
God.
This is the other one that takes me back to that time because you'd see the New York or the cars and just
Yeah.
Right.
what 70s look like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
It's Judd Hirsch. Then they had the hot redhead Mary Lou Henner.
Danny DeVito.
This
Like,
is Taxi.
Danny
The
DeVito,
theme
my
song
man.
to Taxi.
Yeah. This is theme song for
Ooh, I-
Tony Danza got to start here.
Yeah, this is Taxi.
Christopher
about-
Lloyd.
How about Mash?
That's a depressing song. You ever hear the lyrics to that song?
Hey, hold on, but Danny DeVito
let's
actually
skip it.
met his wife.
Let's skip that one.
Rhea
then.
Perlman.
No, it's a good song, but it's called.
It is kind of depressing.
No, the name of the song is something suicide. So there's actual lyrics to this. This was a song before it was a theme song.
My parents
This song brings back bad
definitely
memories
watched
for me.
this show.
Find this song with lyrics. Hold on.
Why do we want to hear about the depressing lyrics?
Well, I just want you to hear the difference.
So So that song reminds me of being in Germany.
Suicide
and
is painless.
It was very sad.
God.
Suicide to that whole theme.
Suicide is
All right, here we go.
painless.
Life is like a big merry-go-round. You're up and then down. You're going in circles trying to get to where you are. Everybody's been cutting you out, but where are they now? Sitting in the same old place, just faces in the crowd. We all make mistakes. You might fall on your face,
All right, but
you got to get
it
up.
sounds better in the when there's actual song. But they basically, because suicide is painless.
Yeah, suicide is painless right there.
God, that's awful.
I don't know if they're gonna have that. Oh, maybe they will.
What the?
Visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld for me.
They had a lot of characters.
Oh, look at the Twin Towers.
And I can
Wow.
Here we go.
that suicide is painless.
Oh,
So
there's-
Alan Alda.
look at the
Gary
plane. This
Berghoff,
is a
Loretta
9/11.
Swit.
A 9/11 thing.
Well, the song is real.
Yeah,
the
Corporate
video.
Maxwell, the guy that was acting like he was gay, so he get
Oh,
kicked
wow.
out of the army. Jamie Farr.
Yes. Oh, he was desperately trying to get kicked out.
Yeah, he
and
just
they would
wanted-
never let him get kicked out.
And the doctors were what was it, Alan Alda? Who was the other doctor? David. Was it Major Charles?
You had Honeycutt. B.J. Honeycutt.
BJ.
Then you had Winchester. That character was swapped out as well because you had Winchester and the British guy in the second half of the series, and you had another guy. I can't remember the guy's name. It was a
Frank
different
Burns.
Frank.
Oh yeah,
Larry
yeah. They
Linville?
did. They swapped out the actors on.
Well,
they
it
were
was a different
characters.
character.
It
Right.
was a different character, but there was a big change.
Right.
I remember that.
Oh,
Right.
McLean Stevenson.
Huge change.
Well, I remember watching the one where McLean Stevenson, the general or whoever the leader of that base, when he got
It's
okay,
Potter,
my term is up,
Sherman
and he
T.
flew
Potter.
out and he got shot down and died
In the show, yeah.
in the show. Yeah, so they killed his character as he was done with his service, and he was flying home.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, man.
That's unnecessary. Just
I don't know.
let him go off and be happy. Blah blah
No.
blah.
They shot his
Wow, that's
ass down.
hardcore.
Well, it was real. It was
Yeah.
reality.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it was Korea or Vietnam.
It was Korea.
Korea. All right. Let's do Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, that show. To back up a little bit, I mean, it's nostalgic, and they did a really good job with the humor, and because there were a lot of characters in real life that are just like them in the field. Because
You gotta
some of those
be.
guys,
Yeah.
the doctors, they were real doctors. And they were volunteering to go over there, and so that was a big deal for them, and that's why they were sneaking in bottles of booze and steaks, and they had the little thing coming in because they were a trauma unit,
Yeah.
and that's what that's the whole
That's
thing.
all- I mean, imagine
They
that.
were
That's all they did
just-
all day long, waiting for emergency evacs
They
of
were
people that were shot
on
up.
the other side of the line, right in the safe zone, in the quasi safe zone,
Yeah.
where they were stuck right
God.
below the crossfire, so that
Every now and then, shit will get close. I remember
yes,
it would get close, but
Yeah.
never quite on them.
and that
So
was
what did
real.
MASH stand for? It's an acronym. It stands for mobile something.
I don't know.
Let's see what that. Let's see, MASH.
It's a mobile army surgical hospital.
There we go. Mobile surgery.
So the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital refers to a United States
Okay.
medical unit serving as a fully functional hospital in combat area operations. The units were first established in 1945 and were deployed during the Korean War and in some later conflicts, but they got rid of it after a while. Obviously, I
Right,
think
so
right
the-
before Vietnam, it was
So
going.
the Korean War was nestled right there in between World War II and Vietnam.
It was in the 50s.
So it was, yeah. What was the range? Was it a 5-year war, a 3-year war?
I think it was longer than that.
Was it really?
I think it was when did the Korean War
Korean
start?
War was. I remember it being like 5 years after.
3 years.
Oh, so it was 3 years.
50 to I guess 53 or 54, right? Did on when in 50.
Oh, damn. I mean, like,
50 to 53.
so World War II wasn't even like done for.
Yeah, it was what 45 when that ended.
Yeah, 5 years later, here we are again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and this one was a totally different,
Well, the Korean War lasted 3 years.
right?
It began in 50.
But 5 years after World War II ended, right?
Yeah. And the
And
the
this was
and the
To
general
stop the premise,
So,
stop the
here
expansion
this,
of
the statistic
communism?
here.
North Korea, yeah.
To stop the
In
communism,
3 years, that war claimed the lives of millions of Korean soldiers.
Oh wow,
Millions, it says right there, and civilians on both sides. Hundreds of thousands of Chinese soldiers and only 36,000 U.S. soldier. 36,000 is tremendous.
That's a ton,
Millions.
guys. In a
Come
20-year Afghan war, we lost 3,000 U.S. soldiers in the Afghan war
I don't
that we
know the
just
total.
finished.
Yeah, I
just
don't know
finished?
the total.
I think it was 3,000 soldiers. So put that in context.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is a 3-year war that we lost 36,000.
36,000.
And Vietnam, we lost
Millions.
58,000.
Dude, millions. I'm still not over that. Can you
Well-
imagine if that war, and look, I'm thinking from a population perspective.
Right.
Can you imagine exponentially the population of that region had those millions of people not died?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Vietnam
That's
wasn't.
crazy.
I don't think Vietnam was much different. I think it was like 2 million Vietnamese and
So-
58,000 U.S. soldiers.
Maybe that's what it's all about. Maybe we're taking this vaccine as we're the sheep going to the slaughterhouse.
For all of the wrongs that we've caused.
You know, I mean, think about it. No, because
What do you mean? Yeah. What do you, where you
because
going with
the
that?
elite is getting rid of us. Meaning, I mean, right now the Congress.
They're, in other words, they're treating us like we treated like.
No. Changing subject, kind of like took a big left turn. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying that there's a world order out there, and there are folks that do not have to take the vaccine. And who are those people?
The elites, the government.
That's right. The Congress doesn't have to take the vaccine.
Or their aides. What
Right.
the fuck? How is that even possible? They're making hundreds of millions of Americans, forcing them to take the vaccine, except Congress doesn't have to. Explain that to me. It makes no sense. That should be the biggest hypocrisy, outrage, and the country should be just up in arms about that.
No one's talking about it.
No
though.
one's even talking about it. That is insane.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on theme shows. That was much more fun.
Yeah, I got one more, two more.
Go.
I've got two more, then I'll be done with theme songs. So one of my favorites is the Love Boat.
The
Love
Boat.
I think it's a classic.
It's classic.
It's a classic.
Yeah, my parents watched the shit out of
It's
this.
like a Barry Manilow
Every
intro.
Friday or whatever.
Low.
Well, then that also is the plane.
That's
Which one is that
Fantasy
one?
Island.
Okay, well that one too then.
Well, keep playing.
Oh, the girl was so
shit.
cute.
Jeff's like, no, man, keep playing.
This
Yeah,
is
I
great.
had the hots for the girl. I did when I was young, really
Julie-
young.
Julie Tews.
I must have been
Tews or
like,
whatever.
I must have been 6 or 7 years old. That's how I know I'm heterosexual.
How old do you think he was there? Captain
The
Stubing.
captain, 45.
Yes, he was like in his 40s.
Okay,
Really?
Yeah.
That's way older than
look
that.
at me.
All right, can we
Now,
move on to
didn't
the
this
next one?
show go first, and then Fantasy Island followed it?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the programming anyway.
I don't
yeah.
remember. I watched a lot of the Fantasy Island shows. Don't get me wrong. I don't remember the theme of Fantasy Island.
I don't either. I just remember the plane to plane, and then you see it flying.
Well, let's play it. Play Fantasy Island theme song.
Now, Tattoo.
Tattoo was his name.
Tattoo. Yes.
Yeah.
Who was Tattoo?
The
Her
midget.
Vilashiv.
Was he a little person?
Yes.
No, he's a midget.
He's a midget.
That's the same as a little person.
No.
Is
No.
it?
This was the 70s.
Oh, okay.
You can call them midgets back then.
Okay.
If this were in the 90s,
Oh my
2000s,
God,
it's
you
Yeah,
guys are
Captain
awful.
Stubing was about
Here we go.
45. They have a movie. I guess he lived the hardcore bachelor life.
Who did?
Herb.
like a bio.
There's a documentary or a movie. Yes.
You talking about the tattoo dude?
Yes.
The young guy? The
He
little
killed
person?
himself.
Yes.
He killed
He
himself.
did, but I think he lived life on the edge.
Okay, why are we not hearing a theme song?
Well, I think it's after this.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Because they
let it-
usually do a little
I didn't
intro.
let- There we
it
go.
This was actually kind of a fun show.
It was.
There's a new
What was,
Fantasy
the,
Island
what,
out
was the,
now.
what was the premise of it? So
It
couples
was
would arrive.
therapeutic. It was therapeutic for couples. They would learn how to fall in love with each other.
Well, not just that.
It's Fantasy Island. And then people would have like their fantasy come true. Like,
And- and-
I want to go treasure hunting. Or
I want to be a bank robber, but something would always go sideways to go, yeah, I really don't want to be a bank robber, or something. Plus, during the Halloween, they'd always have the scary one.
The plane. So he's all the way up in
So-
a fucking
So it
four-story
was like a
tower.
it was like a supernatural.
Yes.
They got to live out whatever fantasy
Yes.
they
Yes.
had.
Yes. And there is some supernaturality to it as well.
Okay. Creepy. Okay. All right. We can move on. All right. So what was the second one you had? You had Love Boat.
Cheers.
Okay. Let's do Cheers.
Cheers
That's a
was
good one.
classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll each do one more, and then we'll move on to a new topic. But this is fun. This brings up memories. This is the kind of stuff that we think of, right? When we're kids. So
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
now this is another
Again.
one,
Again, the streets and everything, right?
and this is another one where they switch
Oh,
the.
they got the karaoke
Remember when they
version.
switched the actress from Shelley Long to Kirstie Alley?
It was a different character.
I know,
But yes. And
big difference.
Coach and Woody Harrelson. Coach died, and they brought in
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
I didn't know Woody Harrelson was on this show.
Yeah, that's where we got
Really?
to start.
Yeah, Woody was like the idiot bartender,
Yeah, he was an
but
idiot.
you weren't
Oh,
sure
you
he
know
was
what?
an idiot. You were kind of like, I don't know. There could be light at the end of that tunnel, but
Right. It was a great show.
I remember he came up with a drink. They were like, "Hey, let's come up with a drink." He came up with a cucumber drink, and everyone hated it. And it turned out it won some sort of
Right.
city contest.
All right,
think
you
this is a
get
great song.
one more, Sean, and then I'll do one more, and then we'll move on to a new topic. What's your-
Well,
what's your-
on this theme, it was the Hill Street Blues. I mean, that was another classic
that was a
song.
classic theme song.
I mean, if we're talking about theme songs, not necessarily the sitcom itself. I mean, the Hill Street Blues was a great theme song. I mean, Hawaii Five-0 was another tremendous theme song.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great theme song.
and I mean, and it's simple.
Look at that car.
What the
Look at
hell? That is not it. That's like, oh, there you go.
Like, what is this?
You're about to get violent.
It's just a Casio.
Oh wait, that's it. What a
Yes.
tone! What a tone
Again,
change!
I know this one,
You
but
catch that tone change right
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
What the? Oh, that's it.
Never watched the show, but I know the theme
I
song.
never watched
yeah.
it, but I
Well,
know exactly right. I
they-
know it as well.
It was it wasn't funny. I mean, it was
No, it
It was a cop drama. It was
Yeah.
like NYPD
For
Blue.
sure.
it was good. I mean,
right.
this is one of the pioneers of the cop shows, probably.
All right, we're gonna do a vote on finishing on the final one. All right, we got Three's Company, Hawaii Five-0, or Gilligan's Island.
Or WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh,
Shit, you're making this hard. What about
Yeah.
Gilligan's? No, what about
first of all, fuck
was
Gilligan's
Hogan was Hogan's Heroes?
Fuck Hogan's Heroes.
Why?
I mean, I like them, but I mean, if we're choosing, yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you're just shooting down everything I'm saying.
I vote for
Uh,
WKRP.
I don't like that vote.
you're fucking Homer.
What's your vote? Let's go with Three's Company.
Yeah, I'm on
Three's
board with
Company's
Three's
good.
Company.
Three's
yeah.
Company's
That's
good.
it. Let's finish on Three's
That's
Company.
more of a popular one.
He was such a freaking goofball, but he was funny as hell.
Yeah, and
John
Don
Ritter.
Knotts and
John Ritter was a huge loss, man.
Yeah, he's dead.
Huge loss.
Yeah. He died young, too, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, so I forgot how he died.
I thought it was
I don't know.
his aorta burst.
Is that what happened?
That's what I thought.
Dick Cheese.
Oh, this is the Dick Cheese version. Come and knock on our door.
Okay, this is totally not it.
This is
And you ruined our finale.
Richard Cheese, Dick at Night.
Totally. Oh my God. Really? Oh, that's horrible.
There it
we go.
is. Look at those shorts.
So that's Suzanne Summers
Uh,
and Janet somebody?
Janet.
Reno?
Or is that her
No,
character
not
name?
Janet Reno.
Janet Reno.
No, it's her character name, isn't it?
It's Joyce DeWitt.
Oh, that's a Joyce DeWitt.
Joyce. How'd you know that?
Suzanne Summers, Don Knotts, and then you had Larry Dallas, Richard Klein, I think is his name.
Was Suzanne Summers pretty, or she just because she's blonde with big boobs?
So with Three's Companies, they actually changed out the
Ropers.
girls. Yeah, the Ropers was Norman Fell, and
This show is so great. There's Don Knotts.
Knotts.
yeah,
He was he the
Audrey-
landlord or the
Yeah, he's like the super. He lived
supervisor? That's
there.
right.
Stanley Roper and his wife Helen, who was always horny. She was
that what
always
it
horny.
says?
No, but she was. She was always horny and always trying to get after.
And Norman's just like, "Meh."
So hold on. So he didn't like. He was kind of like, he reminded me of like an Archie Bunker kind of style, you know?
So the Ropers came. They made a spinoff of the Ropers
Yeah, they did.
when Three's Company died, because it turned into Three's a Crowd, didn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause they
something like
changed the
that.
What about
name.
the girls? So there was Joyce DeWitt, Suzanne Summers, but then later on there was a Priscilla Barnes played Terry Alden in there. Were there just two blondes in there?
So somebody
I don't know.
replaced Suzanne Summers?
Yeah. Well, Suzanne Summers got replaced twice because it was there was Priscilla Barnes.
She
and
left
then,
and came back?
Then there was another girl that had big teeth, Jen Lee Harrison.
Yeah, there she is. Cindy Snow.
How difficult would it be to replace Suzanne Summers as an actress, though?
Wow. I mean,
was
I think
hard.
she was battling breast cancer or something.
Oh, during the show?
I believe so.
No, that's when she started doing the Thigh Master.
The Thigh Master. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
She was in her
Thigh.
little leotard.
Oh, yeah.
You're a
Good
leotard.
stuff. That was good stuff. But it was Janet. That was the one I was like, you know, if you had to pick one.
Well, look at Helen Roper.
Helen.
Audra Lindley.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we watched that every week.
Oh, yeah.
Every week. And then we stopped once they changed the name of it and they started changing characters, and we stopped watching it at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point.
Yeah, but you know that show was like from 77 to 84. So I mean it
That's
was
a long run.
but not just a long run. But you got to understand, back then they didn't have cable. I mean there were 5 channels,
Right.
and I
We
mean
had 5.
well technically they had 3 back then.
Right.
You know, but
Then you
there
had
were
UHF.
there were some other there were some alternative channels that were kind of stupid, but and local PBS channels.
PBS channels.
Public broadcasting system
what a
channels.
great point. I think when I was watching this, what kind of TV was I watching on? Was it the dial? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah, 'cause they only
Really?
had VHF, UHF
We still had
channels.
the okay, so we
Well,
still
you
had
had
the
to, well, you
dial.
had to tune it.
Even that show that early?
In the 70s? Yes.
Yeah,
I know
our
my
kids-
TV was.
Our kids will
didn't have a
never
cable box?
understand that.
No, I didn't have
That you
cable
had to
until
go
I was
up
a
to the
teenager.
TV. You had to change the channel. First of all, there was no remote controls.
And you had to adjust the antenna.
You had to, if you
But there
want to
was
get
also a-
channel 4,
I remember a dial
There-
being
there
You
was a
had to
around.
tune
dial.
it. You had to tune it.
there was a fine tune in there,
Yeah.
but that was more like the vertical, horizontal,
Oh my
and then the
God.
contrast,
That
and
is
then the color
insane.
scheme. We had to
Yeah.
we chose to brighten the green, red, and blue, and just mix
And
it
nowadays,
all up.
nowadays we get furious if we see the little spinning dial in the middle of our gigantic 65-inch TV. You know, because the Wi-Fi didn't catch
Right.
up or something.
God!
We're like, what the fuck's going on?
Buffering, man.
Yeah, I gotta get new internet.
Bitch.
Oh,
I mean,
Damn.
they have no.
so violent.
I know they have no concept
They have no patience either.
of what we went through as kids.
Get up and
Yeah.
change the channel. I want to watch the Muppets now.
I remember when we went from our first black
Another
and
good
white.
theme
You
song.
need to go to the kitchen and grab some aluminum foil. We need to extend the antenna.
But
Oh,
do you
yeah,
guys
done
remember
that
when
too.
you went from the black and white to color?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
that
black
was
and white
cool.
until probably I was like 9 or 10.
I mean, guys, that's insane.
And
We're,
tho- and they
we're
were
only
only-
50.
And they were 19-inch. That's
Yes,
how big my TVs
yes.
were.
So I may have shared this story, but when I was growing up, we lived in Germany. I remember my dad coming home with the black and white TV for the first time.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
Germany
that's what
they
they
only
look
have
like.
one channel. And
Right,
so
right.
you
One
get the
channel.
Well, they had
And it
more,
probably
but they
didn't-
were in German.
But it didn't run 24/7 either.
It was the Nazi channel.
Well, they had the German channel, but as far as like the military, they had the Armed Forces Network that would play, and yeah, they would the channels would turn off. They would turn on until noon, and it shut off, 10, 9 at night or something like that. And on Friday and Saturday, they had a bonus. It stayed on later, and then Friday
Right.
morning or Saturday morning, it woke up and they had some cartoons for the kids. So anyways, we were sheltered as kids, and growing up in that, that demand and that need and wanting to see it. When we ended up coming back to the United States the first time we got to the hotel room, first of all, we didn't know. We weren't privy to what was actually going on.
Right.
Where the actual television shows they had available.
Right.
There was no advertisement that says, hey, man, watch Fred and Barney Rubble on this show. All of a sudden, we got thrown into a hotel, and we're like, what is this?
What
That's a
year
color
what
TV.
year are we talking about?
So we came, I'd say 80, 83, 82.
Oh my gosh.
And then when we get to the hotel
was the-
room, there was a box there. Okay, the box went from maybe it started at 2 or 3, and it went to 13.
Right.
And then it started with A, and then went to Z. All right, and so I remember it was this little dial. And it wasn't a dial, a rotary dial. It was a slide, and you moved it from left to the right. And I remember I put it on. One of the very first commercials I saw was Flo from
Alice.
in fact, we didn't do that one. We should have. That would have been one of the popular television
Alice?
shows out there for the theme song. It's the it's the Benson, the Washington, the Washers. He was the George
What?
Jefferson, Jeffersons.
Oh.
that
oh.
one.
Oh, that Flo.
That Flo, the one that was she was like
She was
the maid,
yes.
and she was just like,
Did we
this is
not
how
play
I
the
like to
Jeffersons?
clean.
We didn't play the
We
Jeffersons.
didn't do the
that's a
Jefferson
good
theme
one.
song. That one is like got bring it down to the kitchen, got down on the grill.
All right, go ahead and play it. Jefferson's theme song. We're
We're
doing a bonus, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
To the top.
Wow.
Beat up the promise.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. Hurry up and play it. Let's put an end to this, Mr. Producer.
It's I can hear people in the background.
Here we go.
See? Deluxe apartment.
Why did he walk like that? He's like totally over the top.
Like Conor McGregor. That's where he got it from. Conor McGregor walks like George Jefferson.
George Jefferson was a homosexual.
What?
Which the guy? The main guy?
Yeah. He was a
Are you sure?
yes.
Look at that dance. You do that at the Revel. I used to watch the shit out of this one, too. Oh, you had the interracial couple?
Yeah. Pushing that agenda. But you know what? That was all right. Because they didn't,
They didn't jam it down your throat.
Yeah. And this guy was a trip. He's me.
British guy.
The British guy walks in with no clothes on.
This is a spinoff from the Archie Bunker
Archie
show.
Bunker, yeah. George Jefferson.
Oh my God!
So
I
anyways-
never watched that show.
I used to watch the crap out of that.
Really? I never watched
Yeah.
it.
Really?
I didn't. Maybe that was an overseas thing. Remember when I came back to the States after 5 years in Indonesia, I had to catch up on a lot of stuff. We talked about this before. I never watched Happy Days. There was a lot of shows I didn't watch, but I watched Gilligan's Island. I watched after school in high school. I would go back
Right.
and watch the reruns of all this stuff, right?
Right.
Hogan's Heroes and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that was good stuff. So,
Wow, that in Three's Company was still going back to that. 'cause,
I watched a lot
man,
of that.
it
Yeah,
was
that was good.
That was a great show. Even when they were swapping out players,
Was
it
that
was
a
funny.
spinoff of anything?
Mm-mm.
Off of Happy Days or anything?
Well, Happy Days, you had the Joni,
Joni and Chachi.
the Joni Chachi. I don't know if they had a show or if it was a special.
What was it called? Joni Loves Chachi. They had an actual show.
yeah.
I never watched it. Joni Loves Chachi. She's dead too, by the way. But
Damn, dude.
You're like Dr. Death. You
Yeah.
like know everybody who's.
No-
do you have a list of people who have died?
no
in the
bedside manner
Well, you
either.
can't-
Just like, yeah.
Last... You're so-
what do you want me to say? Oh, by the way, she's passed.
well, I mean, you could. I mean, we don't
And
talk
she's
about.
dead.
Because she ran into hard times. She was homeless for a while.
Joni, dead.
Yeah, but we don't say. Yeah, they're alive.
Chachi, dead.
Yeah, we
I
don't go-
fucking killed him.
We don't go though. Yeah, the Fonzie guy
So,
alive.
Joni,
John Travolta alive.
Aaron Moran. It's too bad. She, what was that? Ellen Travolta? Is that John's mom?
Oh,
The hell? How about Al Marino, the sandwich shop guy?
Al Malinaro,
Now,
Al
hold
Del
on,
Al-
Vecchio.
So Scott
that was
Baio
something.
is alive.
So that was something they swapped out in the middle. The guy Al Molinaro that owned
He's
the
not the
sandwich shop.
original because
Was the Asian
the
dude?
Japanese guy was the original,
I was
right?
trying to think who was. I thought the Japanese guy came second.
Oh, I don't know. Good point.
I think Al Molinaro started it, and then the Japanese guy took over.
What a very unique face he has, Al Balinero.
Yeah. So where country is this Happy Days from?
What?
What does that mean?
What part of the country was this? I mean,
It was Milwaukee, wasn't it?
was it Milwaukee? Because I mean, you have like Happy Days,
'Cause
which
that's
was
where
tied
Laverne and
into
Shirley- that's
Laverne
where-
and Shirley.
That's where Laverne and Shirley was in Milwaukee. So wasn't Happy Days in Milwaukee?
I don't know. Isn't Scott Baio a very outspoken Republican
Yes.
conservative? I
Yes.
thought so.
Yes, he is.
And he looks pretty good in his later years here, if I remember correctly. I think I saw something about that.
Boy, he gets a lot of shit though because he doesn't toe the line.
Yeah, well, kudos to him. There's a lot more of them out there that are afraid to come forward, and honestly, they're cowards. How about that? How about that, conservatives in Hollywood? Quit being
Well,
cowards.
Well, I mean, you look. If it's your livelihood
I
and you're
get it.
making a lot of money, I mean, come on, they're fucking actors. How hard is it?
Right.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't think
sorry
so.
for all those actors that like, oh my god, yeah, but we have to work so hard. Yeah,
Please.
fuck off.
Yeah, please.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's
Ralph Malph.
overrated.
Yeah, remember him? I mean, I still call people that like Potsy. If someone acts like a Potsy, I mean, shut up, Potsy.
You say sit on it?
Oh yeah, sit on it.
Sit on it.
Yeah, what did that mean back then? I'm sure it doesn't mean the same thing it does today. Like sit on this,
Probably not.
I don't know.
They were wholesome back then.
Back then, it was kind of like sit on a thumbtack.
Except for Fonzie.
Fonzie,
Fonzie wasn't wholesome.
He dated all the young little high school girls. He was like at his
He was
30s.
creep, man. He was just like, yeah, just like high school's like freaking. He was like that guy. He was like, they keep getting they stay the same age. I get older and they stay the same age.
Yeah, he was like mid-20s dating the little high school girls.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Like my
right.
bicycle?
So Mr. Producer has put the sitcoms by a decade, and I see Brady Bunch. That was a great one.
Oh wow, that had a good theme song too. I like the way they had the video of they're looking up and down at each other in little squares. That was kind of cool.
That was a great show.
Even the cartoon, the Jetsons, that had a good theme. I mean, I'm telling you, back then they took more pride in the television shows. I
Yeah.
mean, not like they don't today, but it just
That's
Well,
what
at
I'm
least,
saying.
at least in the music, right?
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
orchestrated. I mean, like Green Acres. I mean, how crazy and white trash was that?
Oh, every show had a theme song, whether it was good or bad. Every show had a theme song. Now you may just get a boom and then the title of the show. And
Dun,
Right.
dun.
Yeah.
Right.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun.
yeah.
I mean, everyone knows what that
Chung,
is,
chung.
but that's not a theme song,
That's not a theme song.
And I think they do have one.
I think they did a
kept-
much better job back in the old days.
Do we have old man syndrome?
We
Well,
do.
No,
We do. We're
no,
reminiscing.
But, it's completely diluted now. So there are so many networks. There are so many television channels. I mean, look. Let's be honest. When you're reaching out for somebody that's going to write a theme song for a sitcom, yeah, I mean, you got slim pickings. I mean,
about Kenny
back then
Loggins?
they had
Kenny
hey, look,
Loggins should be able to come up with something.
but they had. I mean, they had orchestras dedicated. I
Right.
mean, you only had so many themes.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think one of the big guys who was doing it his name was Mike Post, because you always see his name theme by Mike Post.
Really?
Yeah, he wrote a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like Magnum PI. I think that was another good one.
It's like the composer for Star Wars. He did
John
a ton of
Williams.
stuff. Yeah, he did a ton of stuff
Yeah.
for so many movies. Anyway, you were talking earlier, Sean, about how there was only like one show or two shows. Do you guys remember what would happen when the station went off the air?
It'd have the national anthem,
Yes.
the flag,
Yeah.
and then it would
Remember
go
that?
to then it would go to static.
I mean, that's another. Yeah, that's another young generation thing. They have no. A station went off
TV
the
went
air.
off the air.
What does that mean?
They did what at midnight or 1
It
o'clock or
did.
something like
It
that?
did. It went
You know,
off the air.
they would do the Pledge of Allegiance sometimes, and I remember they had come up with a song. Have you ever heard the song?
A
Pledge
Pledge
of
of
Allegiance?
Allegiance song?
Yeah.
No, I
It's
have
like a
not.
rap.
Pledge
Did Ice
of
Cube do it?
Allegiance to the
Oh,
flag.
dude, Ice Cube wasn't even born
Yeah.
then.
You have to drop
No,
in like
it
a
was
million
like,
N-words and
I
F-bombs.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, on a nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. And, the big
Nice.
so it was something like that.
I was trying to harmonize. sorry.
Actually, I started thinking about
missed it.
fuck, I did I say it right? Did I miss a line?
you,
I've never heard the
you
song.
mispronounced indivisible.
Indivisible? What?
I'm just kidding. Is it so that it really? No, I've never heard anybody sing the.
All right,
Pledge
well,
of
here,
Allegiance
play that.
before.
See if that's what it is.
It's indivisible.
Is it?
We're the Obies.
Oh
Pledge
my
of
god!
Allegiance
What the hell is
our
this?
The
national
Wiggles.
pledge.
It is the
pledge
Wiggles.
salutes our flag and honors our country. Written by Frank. The pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
right,
States.
I don't think that's what you
This is
sang.
bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
You could put a song to any word.
You could.
Yeah.
You know,
The one I was.
What if we put it to?
It was very inspirational. That one sounded gay as fuck.
was it part of the Schoolhouse Rock?
No.
Remember those?
I
Just a
believe
bill.
That, I'm just a bill on
Capitol
Capitol Hill.
They got rid of some of the Schoolhouse Rock stuff because they were really explaining, like they had the Saturday Night Live version of the Schoolhouse Rock. Do you remember that?
No.
So they
Here
had.
it is. Here it is.
Is that the SNL one?
No.
No.
This is the I'm Just a Bill.
All right,
Oh,
well,
look
play,
how
play
sad
part
he
of
is.
this.
I can't hear him.
Sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long way.
So,
while
I
I'm
mean, this
sitting
was
in committee.
Every Saturday morning.
Explained it, and but I like. There was one that were talking about the stuff in the refrigerator. I got a hunk of cheese and the broccoli, and remember that?
No, I don't. I
It's
know
from
this
the
one.
Schoolhouse Rock.
But that guy's
I
nose like
don't-
sticks way up in the air.
I don't
Look at
remember
that.
that.
All right, so Austin, put in SNL Schoolhouse Rock. All right. Well, anyways, what they do in this skit is they talk about how it really works. They talk about the effect that the media has on, and they talk about the Schoolhouse Rock, who owns what. And they say who owns Fox, who owns ABC, and who owns these.
Right.
And they're talking about, and they have all these media companies, and they have a big tree set up. And they say, all right, and who's paying for what? Now it's tied into Rockefeller and the energy, and then all right, who's supporting who as far as politics? And they have this whole thing mapped out
On
And-
SNL.
on SNL.
Hmm.
And then they banned it because it provided too much information.
Wow.
So I wish we could find that, but
Well, this is Google. It's probably filtered.
Probably. That's why you got to do duck, duck, go.
Yes, duck, duck, go.
Duck, duck, go. Hey, I was talking about the electric company.
Oh, that was on.
That's
that was
what
on
I was
PBS.
trying to remember.
Yeah, that was on PBS. That had Morgan Freeman in it.
So what?
That's where he got his start.
What was the electric? What did they have that made that we would all remember?
It came after Sesame Street.
Puh, ack, pack.
Dun, 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 dun.
Shh. Yeah, right here.
It.
This is it right here.
Shit.
This is
Dun,
the
dun,
Saturday
dun,
Night Live skit where they're talking about. This is exactly it right here, and it is so true. The whole thing, and I'm surprised he was able to find it.
Westinghouse and good old GE.
Oh, this is SNL. Okay.
They can use them to say whatever they please and put down the opinions of anyone who disagrees.
Or stuff about PCBs.
My God.
What are PCBs?
They come from electric power plants built by Westinghouse and GE.
They can give you lots of cancer that can hurt your body.
But on network TV, you rarely hear anything bad about the nuclear industry.
Like when Westinghouse was sued for fraud.
Which time?
When GE made defective bolts, it was an unreported crime. Or when it was boycotted for operating nuclear bomb plants just to squeeze a dime.
That's a footnote, by the way.
A footnote protects you from folks who doubt what you say. Now maybe the voices in my head will go away.
But the big shots don't care. They're all sitting pretty thanks to corporate welfare.
What's that now?
They get billions in subsidies from the government. It's supposed to create jobs, but that's not how it's spent. They use tax and soft money to support congressmen.
Wow.
For weapons programs again and again.
Bomber
And
funds,
let
B-1
me know
bomber
that's the place where
funds.
the young ones play.
INGE made the bullets that shot JFK.
You contribute to this chain every time you buy
So
a
true,
song
though.
Yeah.
on this show.
That's what
There's-
Then when you say they banned it, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean they banned it?
Well, we'd have to look that up.
This isn't funny though.
No, it's not.
It's not
That's
really.
the-
it's
that's
not
the
really
thing about
funny.
it.
It's more just like shocking.
It's a reality slap, you know? And I think that's what makes it kind of funny.
You need to put it on TikTok. It'll
There you go. Go viral. And then we can start funding this podcast.
Yeah, with free bourbon.
But you know what? But when
It's
you
all about motivation,
you-
brother. I like that.
when you
Free
look at it from
bourbon.
that perspective, I mean, it really kind of narrows it down because it's hard to really envelop everything that's going on and who
It's
owns what.
so
You
complicated.
know, and when you look at it from
it's so
a
corrupt.
silly
It's so
angle,
crazy corrupt.
and I like how they tie in the politicians. If you want to get your way, get your politicians' way, or whatever.
Laid.
Oh, get them laid.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Well, that's Jeffrey Epstein.
wasn't Saturday
and
Night
he's
Live?
dead now.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's dead.
Jeffrey Epstein was he was Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
He was Fantasy Island for the rich and powerful.
I just watched a TV show, and oh god, what the hell was it? I can't even remember. I just watched it, and it was essentially
All right.
the Jeffrey Epstein story, but they changed. Obviously, he was getting all these young girls for all these rich men, rich politicians, and he had all of their names on this server, and they're hunting the server down to be able to get these people. So it was basically the Jeffrey Epstein story in this TV show. It was interesting that they did it that way.
And did they get the server and the names?
Yeah,
That'll
they
nev-
did.
It'll never come to light.
They did, and they started in the show. What show
oh, you're
was
saying
it?
it's just a TV show.
It was a TV show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
But their
okay.
storyline, it was actually it was actually the TV show FBI. Because now they have 3 FBI shows now, just like the LA Laws, or I'm sorry, the Law and Orders, and it went through all of them. And in the end, it was basically the Jeffrey Epstein story. And
Right.
in the end, they got to serve and they started arresting the people who were on it
Never gonna
with
happen
all the
in-
video. He had hidden cameras and all this
Never
stuff.
going to happen in real life, but that's
Right.
fun to think about.
All right, so I wanted to back up in the band SNL clip where I was stating that the rare conspiracy theory rock. So it was actually from a show called the TV Funhouse. So in March of '98, the popular TV show, the TV Funhouse cartoon segment,
Never heard of it.
was put on Saturday
Wasn't that
Night Live.
popular?
Okay, so
No, you have. You have. They were embedded in SNL. They were the ones that came up with the unambiguously gay duo. That's anytime they did a cartoon, it was the Funhouse Rocker.
yeah, they had like
I
the
don't remember that one.
Yeah, they did the. Do you remember the unambiguously gay duo on SNL?
oh
I
yeah,
don't.
that was like the cartoon, the
that was
superheroes.
Classic.
I don't remember.
It was Batman and Robin basically, and they were like
Yes.
all over each other.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yes, that was Funhouse Rock or
okay.
whatever it is.
All right,
Alright.
so it aired once with the original SNL episodes and was pulled from syndication. They're claiming because it wasn't funny.
It wasn't.
but it got a lot of attention when they started tweeting about it. The cartoon
Tweeting.
Yeah.
Twitter didn't exist back then.
Mark Moron, I guess it was. Well, okay, so it said unavailable. So it said, God bless it. The cartoon has since gone viral as a banned clip, but according to JJ from Funhouse, along with the Dana Carvey show, the clip was unavailable from viewing.
So funny.
So go ahead with the ambiguously gay duo.
That's what we're watching right now.
Looks like Bender.
Oh God.
Do we have audio on that?
It's so awful.
Duo, tonight's episode, a hard one to swallow.
Hey, turn it up.
Ace and Gary.
Can't keep this up, lifetime companion.
Oh.
Let's go for the break.
Oh,
Work it, Ace.
it's hard to watch.
Oh no! He went up his butt.
Look at them. They're all like
Now
this. They're
what are
going,
you looking at?
what? The villains are all like, why
I'm
did they just
tired
go
of it,
into the
Gary.
butthole?
No one seems to fully appreciate the work we do.
What do you mean, big guy?
I mean, whether we're foiling criminals or receiving praise from the authorities.
No,
People
why
always
wasn't
seem
this
to look at
offensive?
us funny.
Maybe they're jealous.
Perhaps, friend of friends, but we're going to get some answers.
Where?
Oh, no! It's so
We'll
awful.
find our answers in the crystals here.
So they're showing
What
them,
about Metroville?
the
I've
skin type
alerted the
leotards
police.
on,
Yeah, all
They're
the,
off on some
and they're
getaway.
riding each other.
Relax
just look
and
up
ice.
ambiguously
Parallel.
gay
This is an
duo,
outrage. With Ace and Gary gone, the villains are bound to be
and you
running
will.
amok.
It's
Did you
very
see the way
offensive.
they
Not
fly?
offensive. It's funny.
It's not offensive. It's funny, I think.
It's funny. It's really funny.
It'll be offensive to
Was
someone,
riding
I'm
him
sure.
Like a
Right.
dime store post.
I don't know why it would be.
Take
I mean,
this
Why do you see his
crystal
junk
and
hanging
hold all
underneath?
the secrets.
I don't know. Look at him. He's like
New
grabbing
knowledge
it.
is
And,
always a little frightening and painful. Sometimes the best thing to do is to not think and just put it in.
Ace, Gary.
Good
Okay.
Lord! All right, this
yeah,
this
that's
jumped the
enough.
shark here.
It's really just one. I mean, they just keep upping it and upping it and upping it and just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Just like, wow.
Yeah. Did you see the Tom Brady commercial, the Subway commercial?
Where they cut him off.
No, the Subway. Oh, yeah, where they cut him off.
Yeah,
But
he's
wh-
like, but I'm
But when that bread comes up, I thought that was a big old, because I wasn't listening to it. And I'd turn over there. All of a sudden, this big loaf of bread comes out of the thing. I thought it was a big ass dick
yeah, on TV.
because it looked like it. I
Oh,
rewound
my.
it. I was like, oh my God, what did I just see? And I rewound it, and it was, I mean, it was bread, obviously, but it looked phallic.
Wow. Yeah, I think maybe you were hoping it was something. I don't know. I don't know what you were
Hoping.
doing.
Yeah, it was that one there, the top one, the bread one. It
Oh,
comes.
okay, hold on.
It
It's
comes
this
out
one.
of this.
I've never seen this.
Forbidden.
Oh, I've seen it.
The new fragrance that says
Watch it.
Subway has so much new.
Does
it
that
didn't
look-
fit
Oh, no.
So they've all
Yeah,
turned
that's
down and
gross.
party multigrain bread.
It does.
Smells so
I will
good.
never see that commercial the same. And now he's smelling it. Look at him. Oh, that's awful.
Rewind that a little bit,
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's just.
and as it comes out.
Now I'm going to turn away every time I see this commercial. Because these are playing right now during football
The first
season.
time I saw it was just the other day.
The new fragrance that says
Right here.
Subway has so much new. It didn't fit their last one.
It's like the head.
I know.
Yes, the bread pops out of the little stand.
You don't think someone saw that? Like a director went, yeah, we can't do that.
Why didn't it? That should not have passed the sniff test.
And then he sniffs it.
Then he sniffs it.
Smells it.
Oh, cheese and onion.
Oh my God. Oh.
Did you like that when I sent to you guys? That was so gross. All right, sorry, never mind. All right, moving on.
So do you guys remember? Well, evidently Captain Kirk, Bezos' blue origin to send William Shatner into space.
He is going to be the oldest American to ever.
Is
go
he going to
into
be able to
space.
physically handle that?
I don't
What do
know.
you mean? He just has to sit in a chair. And
Well,
be
it's a
strapped
lot of
in.
G's, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
So
G's,
the actor
right?
who played
So this
Captain
might be
Kirk
the
in
end
Star
of
Trek series is
William
set to
Shatner. He could
embark
be-
on
he
a
could be
real life
Jell-O.
journey into space.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, Don't you
So-
have to train and get into shape to go into the space?
Well,
I
there's
don't
not a
know.
whole lot of training. He's
How do you
doing
know
this.
he's not in shape?
He's doing this on the 12th of October.
Like next week.
Well, yeah, confirmed
but
that
he's-
William Shatner will be blasting off from Texas on 12th of October.
That's got to be intense.
Are they only going like to the
They go
stratosphere?
they go 66 miles.
So they it's expected to last about 10 minutes. We'll take a
not
crew
real.
just beyond what they call the Kármán line,
Yeah, I don't
the
count
most
that.
widely recognized boundary of space, which lies
They need to go into orbit.
60 miles above the Earth. The Blue Origin said its vice president of mission and flight operations.
It just doesn't count.
It
It's not
doesn't.
high enough.
Will
If
be
you don't go into
riding
orbit, it
with
doesn't
them.
mean shit. This is Jeff over here totally like.
I didn't know William
not
Shatner was a
approving.
Canadian.
Who?
I don't like him anymore.
A Canadian actor, Shatner famously played Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise.
Well, hold on.
He was
And
T-
T.J. Hooker.
He was T.J. Hooker for longer,
I think that was more popular.
and Boston Legal,
I don't
And
think so.
Boston Legal.
which I
I
never,
love Boston Legal, man.
He was a weirdo on that show.
Oh, dude, he was like Jamie Crane. What was his name? Danny Crane. Danny Crane. It was like they were just like because he was like kind of loco. He was a smart. Have you seen it?
I think I watched a couple.
He's a really smart lawyer, but he's getting older and he's starting to lose his mind a little bit. So when they push him through crowds and stuff, and he's gonna make it his way to the courthouse, they're just like, just say your name, just walk through the line, don't talk. That's like they would do with Jimmy or dipshit Biden. You know, don't talk. And they're like, what do you want me to say? Just say your name. So he goes around the crowd. He's like, Danny Crane. They're asking a question. It was like, Danny Crane. It's freaking hilarious, man.
Joe Biden.
And then his
basically
sidekick.
true.
What is the sidekick that he plays on Blackmailed?
Do what? He's a black male.
Boston Legal. His sidekick. God bless it. Hold on.
The sidekick in Boston Legal.
He's a black
Yeah,
male.
he played on. He's
No,
been on.
he was in Blackmailed.
No,
The movie Blackmailed.
He was
Or
also.
did you say Blackmail?
He was also pretty in pink.
James Spader.
He was
Oh,
also
he's
pretty
definitely
in
not a
pink.
black male.
No, Blackmailed the show.
Yeah.
Lord.
Wheels are shooting off of this podcast.
James Spader. I like James. Spader.
Wasn't
I like
he-
him too.
Wasn't he in Pretty in Pink?
Yes, that's where he kind of like started. He
Well,
was
didn't
like this pompous.
He joined The Office. The Office, the show The Office.
James Spader.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah. No. It was after, what's his name left?
Steve Carell.
Yes,
Carell.
Carell. I'm almost positive he was on. Yeah, he's on The Office, and he was awesome.
Wow, look at that hairline.
Robert California.
He's got a very specific.
He's
voice.
really funny.
He is. I like him.
He's really funny on The Office.
He played always the big ass douche bully when he was young, though.
Yes, he did.
Like in Pretty
Like
in
the
Pink.
typical '80s, like oh, I'm a rich little.
Well, look at him. He's got the nice feathered hair and the Miami Vice jacket and the collar and everything.
Oh, he's.
Then you look at him now. Look at that.
Yes.
Looks like a thumb.
I have never seen. I've never seen him in The Office.
Yeah, he's in there. I was surprised. I was like, that's James Spader. Funny.
So what made them do that?
And he's also in Blacklist.
oh,
Yes,
it's Blacklist. What did I say?
Oh,
Blackmailed.
you were saying Blackmailed.
Yeah.
If you had said Blacklist, I would have said James Spader.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I'm an idiot.
That's right. He is also the voice of in the Avengers.
He's really good in
Yes.
Blacklist, by the way.
The
He's
Ultron.
really good.
Was his name? Was it Ultron?
Oh, who's that? Megan Boone. Okay.
She's in
So-
Blacklist.
She's in Blacklist. We started watching that show, but I think we stopped.
I watched about 3 seasons of it. And then we
Yeah.
stopped.
Which
And then-
one? Blacklist.
It's
Yeah,
good.
It's good. We just
I watched them all.
we just kind of burned out on it. It went too long, I guess. What was the other show that was like Boston Legal that had Ally McBeal?
Yeah, L.A. McBeal.
Oh, it's called Ally McBeal.
Yes.
That was the name of the show?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah, we watched it. We watched all of it.
Yeah, we did too.
That's
That was
where the dancing baby came
The
from.
Callisto Flockhart.
That's where that video that went viral of the dancing baby. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where that came from. Was that
So-
stupid
so
show?
they
had-
Okay, do you remember when they used to play dun 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 dun, dun Barry White? Remember?
Ooga chaka. Yeah, Barry White. Oh yeah.
They played the Barry White thing.
Yep.
It was really funny. Do you know who Callista Flockhart is married to?
Han Solo.
That's right. which I watched the other night. Also happens to be Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Solo was
And
great.
Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
Peter,
not-
Peter McNichol would always have the Barry White song going.
Yes. Because he was a weirdo in that show.
Yeah.
And then he'd start playing the Barry White song.
Yeah, Barry McNichol also, he was like the guy that played on Ghostbusters. He was refurbishing the paintings. He had that
You're
weird
correct.
a European accent.
Yeah. He was also in Numbers.
Yeah, that's a good show too, Numbers.
Peter McNichol?
Yeah. He was in Numbers. That was a good show.
John Cage.
Solved crimes with math.
I didn't know that
Nice.
Robert Downey Jr.
Math
played
is
on
racist.
Ally McBeal.
Robert Downey Jr. was on that show?
Iron
Yeah,
Man.
he was Larry Paul.
Well,
Oh,
how
shit.
often was he in there, though?
I'm not sure.
Callista Flockhart was a very unusual actress. Like, she is one. On that show, I mean, we love the show, don't get me wrong. But she was very unusual. And a very unusual look she has.
Yeah, she kind of looks like a stork or something.
It's different, but at the same time,
Well, she
it's-
always has that smile where it
Yes.
looks plastic or something. Just like,
but still, she was very attractive on that show, I thought. But yeah, she's had a long marriage with Harrison Ford. And she's aging, that's okay.
Wow, what is the
we all
age
are.
difference there?
16 years.
Yeah, we all are. That's absolutely true.
I have no idea how old. Well, he's like 78 or 79.
Yeah, what
he's
is?
he's the age of my dad.
Can you give us the age difference between Harrison Ford
Because-
and Callista Flockhart? How old is she?
Because my sister's
She's
like
5'5", which is the same as Pete Sessions.
my sister's like when he was not quite as old. She's like Harrison Ford is so sexy, but I
She's
can't
born
do
in
it
'64.
because he's the same age as my dad.
Who said that?
My sister.
So she's
right.
She's born in '64. Harrison was born in
Oh, big difference, guys.
46 or something like
No,
that.
42.
24 years. Is
Wow.
that right?
He was born in 42. He's the same age as my dad.
She's 56. He's 79. 23 years old. 23-year difference.
Did they ever have kids? Because they've been married for
No,
a while.
23-year difference.
Did they have kids?
That's a big difference.
Liam
I have not heard.
Flockhart, Ben Ford, Bill Ford, George Ford, and Malcolm
But
Ford.
they've been married since 2010, so they've
They
only
have
been
a-
together 11 years. But I mean, that's still a
Well,
long time
11,
in
she was-
Hollywood time.
11 years ago, she was 45, so that's technically they could still do it.
Hold on. They had kids together, or they had kids
They've got one child.
already? They had one child together.
Yeah.
Liam.
And he's already grown. Like, he's already a grown man.
Kinda
He's a
looks like
grown
it.
ass man.
He's older than 11.
Well, there he is right there. He looks a lot older than 11.
So apparently they had the baby before they got married.
Maybe.
Hanky panky.
Was he married before he was married to Callista?
Yes.
Oh, he cheated.
So he had
Did
like
he?
he has like 3 or 4 kids beforehand.
Would Harrison? Would Indiana Jones do that? Would he cheat?
I don't know, man. That's kind of fucked up.
I don't know. I'm not implying that. I'm just asking. But you know what? That's not important. All right. So, man, we covered a lot. Covered a lot of theme song stuff. We covered
I think theme
some
songs.
pertinent.
I think theme songs pretty much.
It dominates.
monopolize.
It dominates. Well, but it's fun.
It is.
I think it is fun.
It is.
I think everybody resonates with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's no specific celebrity deaths for us to speak of this time. We covered a lot last time, so there's none of those. Except for Aaron Moran.
So no significant deaths.
Or at least folks we know.
Okay.
Lots of folks have died, but folks that
Well,
we
that's good.
would know and talk about. I looked before the show and I didn't see anything.
That's good. I think that's good. All right. Any other current events that we want to touch on before we wrap up tonight?
Well, we spin it a little bit in, as far as retributions go. What is fair when like there's a Tesla.
Hold on. You talking about reparations?
I said reparations. When it comes to like Tesla has been sued by some black person. I don't know if it's male or female.
Right.
They were mistreated on
A hostile
work environment somewhat. but it's just like, it's $137 million that
That's
they're
ridiculous. That's
getting.
ridiculous.
And I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe that's a class action suit. And
No.
it's not.
Just that person.
And it kind of goes even like it irks me because there are plenty of folks out on all over the world that are being mistreated.
Yeah.
So why does this one person that got mistreated and got busted, get to reap the benefits of that?
Because I think they filed it at the right time.
Well, I just think it's wrong, man.
I think they filed at the right time.
But so much money so that their kids, their grandkids, and their great-grandkids never have to work.
$137 million.
That's ridiculous.
That's if they don't burn through it.
Oh,
You
they
hear about
might.
these lottery people who get
They
$300
do.
million and they burn through it in like 5 years.
It literally could be gone before they even retire.
Yeah, they're going to buy houses. Not saying this person will, but
No,
a
they
lot
will.
of those folks, they buy houses.
I would put $1,000 on it that they will.
Yeah.
They'll burn through it. They'll burn through it like
You
crazy.
put the limit. You say, I got $137. I want to burn through $1 million and have a blast. You could have a lot of fun on $1 million.
I could have a lot of fun. I could have on
$500.
$10,000.
That's what I mean. You set a limit. You say,
Shit.
all right, I'm getting this much. I'm going to blow this and get it out of my system and be done with it.
Right.
And live
Oh.
good. But
Go to Vegas and spend $100,000. Just go nuts.
I wouldn't do any of that.
I know.
I would.
I wouldn't either. But
I
I'm
would
saying
just-
I think I would.
if you
live.
feel like you have to,
no, I think I would. I
would just
I would
live.
live this way I'm doing now. I'd live a step up, but
what
I would
would
not.
you do? What would be the first thing you did if you won this because you were discriminated against as an older white man?
I would pay for my entire
at-
family to go visit my dad for his 80th birthday.
Your entire family. How many people are we talking about?
6, maybe. It's not a lot.
Yeah, you're talking.
What do you want me to say? 30?
That's your
No,
wish
no,
list?
no. I'm laughing because 6 people times $500 round
No,
trip
first
ticket.
class. First
Holy
class. I've got
shit.
$137 million.
Okay. 5 people times 1,500. 6
Well-
people times 1,500.
So that's so you would do a
That's
family
like
event
nothing.
like that.
That is your go all out.
I'd probably say, let's go somewhere and do it.
Tahoe.
Or
No, that's
I'd-
where he
I'd be
lives.
like transplant your dad. I'd like fucking send a.
He doesn't
I'd
want to
send
be
a sh-
transplanted.
I'd send him a goddamn it, a limousine and have him come out somewhere. I'd take him.
That's what I
somewhere
mean.
remote.
We'd go somewhere and say, all right.
He would totally not want you to pick him up in a limousine. He'd be like, "You're a fool."
Oh, he would.
Yeah,
Right?
but he wouldn't care.
Yeah, he would. He'd be like, I'm not
You're a
doing that.
fool. Yeah, why are you doing this? You stupid.
He would
Yeah.
get in it,
Well, he had to.
Yeah, he probably would.
and he would appreciate.
But
and
no,
he would
I'd
love
do
every
And he
that.
second
go,
of it.
"Ooh, open bar."
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd pull my whole. Again, I don't have a huge family.
But what would you? I mean,
But
so
my-
that would
both
be
my
your
boys-
thing if you wanted whatever that.
That would be the first thing you did.
that. Well, I mean, so I mean,
So
that's
what
it.
else? Yeah, there's got to be something else.
I mean,
That's
it's
not
got
a-
to be. I mean, you pay off.
I'd pay
like-
my house off,
Okay.
pay all my bills off.
So you'd keep this house with $137 million. You wouldn't sell this house?
Well, I probably would.
I would. Would I? Would I sell my house?
Yes.
I would sell my house.
Why? Where am I going? That's
Well,
nicer.
you would want to go somewhere that's remote, a little bit further out, and buy a bunch of land around you.
But you have to think of the wife still has to commute to go to work.
Correct.
well,
I actually
you have a
wouldn't.
driver.
I would go buy land immediately and probably build a very nice
Vacation.
Secondary
type
house.
vacation type home or lake house,
Right.
right? But I would live in the same house.
I would go
would.
to school.
I would 100% live in the same
I would
house.
educate myself, and I would go to school, and I'd send all my kids
I
to
wouldn't go
any
to
school they
school.
want. I would.
I wouldn't.
I'd
Wh- wh-
educate.
But what's your end goal with going to school?
I would want. I would want knowledge. I want to learn how to do so many different
No,
things.
you could
Like what?
you could do that besides paying for school.
Well, then I would go to the masters, and I'd learn from them, and I'd pay them.
Yeah.
You know?
Just give me an example. Learn what?
how to money.
Isaac
How to handle
Asimov.
money?
Manage money, stocks, just things that I'd want to do. I'd want to be smarter in different areas of my life.
Interesting. You know, you can do that now. You don't need money to do that.
I agree.
You
but
can go. You can go research. That's shitload of YouTube or whatever.
all right. Well, this is.
What an interesting idea, though.
What about
do you, do?
Paul? What would you do?
You know, I probably would go through a materialistic phase. right? What we talk about buying lake houses and buying a pontoon boat and, stupid shit like that. I would probably go through some materialism.
Well, I would.
And then, I would take care of all the financial liabilities, right? A no-brainer. I'd probably stay in the same house. I would actually get the truck I've always wanted.
A Tundra.
Like something
Or Tacoma.
decked out. Like I said, a materialistic phase, right?
You got to set your limit, though. You say, I've got this much money
Right.
to do whatever I want. The rest of it's over here.
And you know what? My wife wouldn't have to work. Like
Well, you wouldn't have to either.
Right. So we could go travel the world.
That's true. That's true. You could move out because no one has to work anymore.
It'd be fun.
I'd still make my kids work, though.
Yeah.
At Kroger.
I would.
Me too.
I would work at Kroger.
I tried to get a job for
I'd work for free.
You would?
Just so you could
Fuck
tell.
no.
Oh, you're
I
giving
wouldn't
back.
I wouldn't be working
you'd
at
be a
Kroger,
Walmart.
man.
You'd be a Walmart greeter after you
fuck
won
that. I wouldn't be working there.
Just so you could
All
bitch
right.
at someone and you have no repercussions.
All right, we could go on forever
I'd
with
build a
this.
school.
Let's wrap it up, gentlemen. We're already over
I'd
time.
buy the largest CNC machine. All right, you guys. Hey, look, it's October 5. It's Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
Sean.
What was that?
Because I talked over you. Let's do it again.
I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Sean.
Jeff. Paul.
We fucked it up.
God.
To be fair.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
To be fair.